and welcome back to the channel. This is Latoya with Wasabi Hijabi, an online women's boutique that focuses on faith, fashion, and self-care. And today I was just super inspired to create a mood board for fall. So you guys know that I love Canva. And so I just simply typed in Moodboard templates, and there's over 2,000 templates available. And so this just makes me super inspired to focus on like fall. As you guys know, today is August the 1st. So that means fall is right around the corner. So I need to go ahead and start planning, like, what are we going to buy? What are the trends? And then also, when are we going to actually make the purchases so that we can start getting the inventory in and posting those to the site as we should. So I don't know which template I'm going to use, and I don't necessarily know how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to put everything on one mood board or if I'm going to use multiple mood boards depending on the item. So I will share this journey with you guys. This is like my first time really doing it, but I just feel like if this is my business, I need to start treating it as if like it is a larger business, in the sense of like, okay, why do they do that? It's because of inspiration. Why is it needed? Because it gives you an idea of like what to get, how things are going to look together, because you can think of things individually, but when you see them all together, it's like, okay, yeah, that does make sense. No, this doesn't make sense. And because we're still trying to figure out like our target market, in the sense of like, well, what are people actually buying? What are they actually interested in from our boutique? How do we want to market ourselves? What do we want to be known for? I think that this is a good place to start, and I won't know if it works until I actually try it out. So I want to try it out to see. But like I said, like I'm just super inspired by all of these nice like colors and designs. So we'll see what I end up putting together, and I will, of course, take you guys along for the journey. So I wanted to share with you guys a resource that I was reviewing, and I kind of want to show you how as a solopreneur you can make sure you have all the information that you need. Honestly, Google really is your best friend. And I know that if you watch other small business videos, you'll hear people say that in almost kind of like a no duh kind of way. But I think it's also because people want to make sure that they're Googling the right information. So that's why they rather just ask someone like, hey, can you help me with this? So instead of me waiting for someone to ask, I want to go ahead and just share like how I do it. So basically, I know I talked about before like a fashion mood board, and like, what does that really mean? I mean, a lot of people may know, but some people may not. So I wanted to go over this. I always source or make sure that the sources that I do use are valid. And I think that just comes from my collegiate background, where recently as an adult, I went back to college, and that was super key whenever I had to like write papers. So I'm really big on sourcing things. And Masterclass is a really big platform that normally has experts, leading industry experts, I should say, in their fields to give a class on a particular topic. And this one came out last year, but I think that it's still relevant in regards to like how to create a fashion mood board. So as you can see here, this is how it started out. And the sections here is like, what is a fashion mood board? What is the process or purpose for having a fashion mood board? What images should you include? 4 tips for creating them. And then a way to learn more about unleashing your inner fashionista. So here, it kind of talked about what I already mentioned before. Basically, a fashion mood board or an inspiration board is a collage of images and objects that highlight a specific visual style in a physical or digital form. For me, I think that I want to use the digital format, obviously, because it's just super easy to just like get those images from offline and then just put them really easily into Canva. So that's the reason why I'm going this route. Although I am definitely an old school person that loves to like rip out magazine pages and like cut things and like tape them and glue them down. I think that that's a really fun process as well. And maybe in the future I'll do that. But right now I wanted to go on the path of the least resistance. And this is the easiest way. The purpose of a fashion mood board is to help you identify common themes in your fashion interest. The reason why I think that's super key for me is that right now, when it came to Wasabi Hijabi, I picked out a lot of things that I thought made sense, a lot of things that I would enjoy purchasing. And I think that that's a great place to start. However, I realized that I want a more cohesive look and feel to the site in terms of like things that kind of like go together, so that when people are purchasing things and buying things, they can buy things from different groups, but they all kind of like go together cohesively. So I think that this is a great thing for me to start sooner than later, and whenever it comes to my fall and winter collections for this year, and then in the future, inshallah, for the spring and summer for next year. What images should you include in a fashion mood board? So outfit pictures, separate items, color palettes, art, fabric swatches. I think that that's super cool about the physical one is the fabric swatches. Like, I don't know, I just like cute small little things. So like cutouts of fabric, and like going to a paint shop and getting like small samples of like paint. Like, I don't know, it's just something about like the cuteness and the smallness of it all. So I do wish that I could do that for fabric swatches when it came to like physical things. And obviously, like if I get into manufacturing in the future, then that's something that I can do. Clearly art is so beautiful, like, and I'm super inspired by nature. And so I love the vibe of like feeling like you're like just in a spa, like, I don't know, or like in a really nice resort on vacation near the pool, or in a really cute room with like plants and just like that nice energy, you know, like the sun is just right. Let me exit out of this alert. The sun is just right. Everything just feels good. Color palettes, separate items, and then outfit pictures. So that's kind of self-explanatory. 4 tips for creating a fashion mood board. Collect now, cut later. So for me, I'm thinking like collect all the images now and then organize them on the mood board later. Create multiple boards. That's what I already wanted to do. And as you can see here, they mention fall outfits, winter, spring dresses, or even by occasion, work, special events, streetwear, and then so on. So for me, it's like obviously my business is about faith, fashion, and self-care. So clearly when it comes to this, I need to create a mood board for like fall, but then also create a mood board for those 3 categories of faith, fashion, and self-care, since that's what I want my brand to be known for. So I need to make sure that whatever I do get for the fall is something in each of those categories. Look for themes and patterns. So after you get your inspiration, you then want to like look for themes and patterns throughout it. The example they used here is like are a lot of the models that you chose, are they wearing denim jeans, dresses, sleeveless tops? What is the overarching vibe or mood that you're going for? And I think you can kind of tell that whenever you pick out different things. Like on my channel, whenever I pick out my channel art, or whenever I pick out like my thumbnail or my outro, or even the music, is very like lively and upbeat. And that's like the vibe that I want to give whenever I do make these videos, because that's just something that I love. Like I love the 90s. I love Clarissa Explains It All. And so my intro music kind of relates to like that kind of vibe. So that is number 3. And number 4 is keep your board going. So even after you spend time collecting even after you've spent time collecting images, curating your boards, and honoring your personal style, it doesn't mean that your fashion journey is over. Make room for evolution. So I think that that's great. So for me, I'm not going to talk crap about myself whenever I say like, oh, I just picked out a whole bunch of things that I thought was cute. That's fine. And I'm pretty sure that I can possibly even still build off of that. So it's kind of like, there's no need for me to like kind of just throw out where I was going with everything. I just now need to build upon that. And I do not have a masterclass annual membership yet. Maybe I will get one in the future, but that pretty much ends the article. I like articles that are sweet, short, straight to the point, but gives you enough information for you to kind of like just do your own thing. You know what I mean? So that's that. Okay, so as you all know from a previous video, I mentioned that on Bustle there was fall 2022 inspiration, and I can't take credit for these collages for the fur oversized button-ups and then the maxi skirts. I can't take credit for those, but I really did like that, and I got like a lot of inspiration, and that's kind of what made me want to make a mood board, because that's technically what these kind of things are and what they kind of look like. And then this one right here for Back to the Basics, that came from Cosmopolitan, based off of like what was that, runway shows. So for me, I love statement pieces, as far as like not necessarily statement piece, staple. Yeah, So things that are in your wardrobe that you actually go back to time and time again, and that they can be layered with like other outfits. I really do enjoy that. So as far as back to the basics, for me, that's like the premise of the overall mood that I want to go for fall 2022. So that means like the basic maxis, and then the basic oversized shirts, and then the basic things with fur. And so for me, like I mentioned before, the first thing that I think about with fur is like slippers. Everybody loves slippers. That does not fit just one category of a person, whether you're modest or not, whether you're Muslim or not. A lot of people enjoy slippers. I know I sure do. As far as like the oversized button-ups, I think that those things are like wardrobe essentials, things that you kind of always turn back to. I'll see what happens with that one. But so far, I definitely want to introduce the furry slippers, the maxi skirts that are modest, and then whatever those things are, keeping it simple with that, as far as like something that's cute and that will attract people, but like they are staples. So the next category that I kind of want to go over would probably be like self-care. Like, what self-care things do I want to like kind of look into, because this is covering the fashion portion of everything, and then faith when you kind of think about modesty and it relates to being a Muslim. So yeah, let's think about self-care next. Okay, so for the maxi skirts, this is what I ended up with. These are some skirts from vendors that I'm interested in potentially buying from. This one looks black on camera, this one right here, but it's actually navy. So it's navy, dark gray, taupe, and then I think they call this one like an almond color, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the vibe that I'm going for fall as it pertains to the maxi category. And now let's look at the slippers. Okay, so this time I went with the slippers, like I mentioned. So these are all furry ones, black, white, gray, and khaki. And I really love these colors, going back to the basics. So yeah, a pop of color is always great, but like I love the basics. So we have our fur, we have the maxi. And we're encompassing back to the basics in everything. And then now I still want to kind of work on the oversized shirts. Like I want to see, like, is that going to be my thing? Do I really resonate with that? If I don't do the oversized button-ups, I probably would do like plain abayas. That once again goes back to the basics. And those plain abayas have like less jewels and like things that are like on it, but just like the plain ones that I do wear in my everyday life. So I'll think about that. That's probably something that I'll do. Okay, you guys, it is time for dinner, so I'm going to wrap this video up for the day, but I wanted to show you guys what I went with for the oversized tee trend. So this is actually like a shirt dress, and so shirt dresses have been in since forever. I think they were in back when I was going to college, just leaving out of high school, and you would like wear them with leggings or whatever. So this is something that people can wear if they are modest, if they're Muslima, or even if they're not modest but still just wanting to go for this trendy look. This is something that I think that they will enjoy. So the colors here are black, a lighter blue, and then a mustard. And so that kind of completes the overall mood board for fur, oversized tees, maxi dresses, or skirts I should say, and then back to the basics. So we have these nice little cute skirts, these slippers, and then these oversized tees. So I'll talk more with you guys tomorrow in terms of like self-care stuff, because we still have so much self-care stuff in the boutique. So maybe it's time to just revamp what we currently have and like remarket that versus like actually buying some more stuff, because the self-care things already that are popular for the year are what we already have in the boutique. So that is all for now. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.